Did you know that a Muslim slave from Bangladesh who used to live in the palaces of France helped start the French Revolution? You see, in 1690, a pirate by the name of Adam Baldridge escaped from the island of Jamaica after he had been charged with murdering someone. He sailed as far away from the authorities as possible, landing on the island of Madagascar and establishing a pirate haven there. And soon enough, pirates from all over the world started joining him, and Madagascar became a thriving hub for piracy. And it just so happened that one of the richest empires in the world was not too far away. In the early 1700s, the Muslims managed to conquer and unite most of the Indian subcontinent under the Mughal Empire, and the pirates wanted some of that wealth. They began raiding the port cities, going in for quick attacks and getting as much booty as they could, and then escaping back to the pirate havens. And the French took note of this and started building trading posts along the east coast of Madagascar to do trade with these pirates, since the pirates were bringing in a lot of good stuff. In 1773, during one of their raids, the pirates hit the port city of Chittagong and kidnapped an 11-year-old boy by the name of Zamor. He was taken back to Madagascar as a slave and sold to the French at one of their trading posts. The French traders then took him back to the King of France, who then gifted him to one of his mistresses, Countess du Barry. He would then act as her servant, and yet he was known to be mischievous and full of intelligence, and he would never acknowledge the king as superior to him. And it was around that time that France was entering a devastating crisis. The king had put his people through war after war, and droughts and disease had destroyed their harvests, leaving the people of France to starve. And when the princess heard that the people had no bread to eat, she said that famous line, "Let them eat cake." The people took to the street in protest and demanded an end to the monarchy. And Zamor himself detested the royals for their lavish lifestyle and for enslaving him, and this is when he saw his chance. In 1789, he joined the newly created political party called the Jacobin Club and worked with the party to take legal action against the royals. He even held office in the Committee of Public Safety, which at the time acted as the emergency government of France while the chaos of the revolution was still unfolding. And during this time, he managed to have the slave master arrested, which eventually led to her execution along with the other royals at the time. But while all this was happening, a faction of the Jacobin Club called the Girondins split off from the main group and started attacking the Jacobins, saying that the revolution had gone too far. The Girondins arrested Zamor, who was still with the Jacobins, and imprisoned him, but he was able to buy his way out of prison and quickly escaped France, only returning back in 1815 once the revolution was over. He spent his final years as a school teacher and eventually died in 1820 in the city of Paris. A Muslim man whose life was intertwined with one of the most important events in modern history, and yet so few have heard his name. Like and follow for more Muslim facts.